here with Sean, Director of Maintenance. We are at the shuttle engine facility. We're pulling out the Black Beauty 991 Sierra Fox. It's a two-seater F-104. We'll have a quick maintenance flight today before the R&D flights next week. Maintenance managed to solve an issue with the fuel transfer from the external tanks to the internal tanks. To the internal mains, and it seems like we're doing great now. This will be the proven flight after maintenance, and we're gonna have AJ on the back seat. He's our lead crew chief. He'll be witnessing the maintenance side of it. He also happens to be a pilot, which is great, so give us a hand. And I will try to show you a little bit of the procedure from the outside and inside as well, as much as we can. Okay. Very hot today, as usually Florida. That's the RLV, reusable launch vehicle hangar, was built quite a few years ago. That's where we are based. This here is the towway, the one that the shuttle used to be towed from down there back to the right at the VAB, which is that one. We're gonna taxi out of here and get down there, and right and left there's runway 3315. We're gonna take off runway 33 and most likely land 15. That's the way we do it usually. So we avoid taxiing for a couple of miles of tarmac. We'll see you guys in a second. All right, the whole crew is here now. Here's AJ ready to go. We did the walk around already, and you had an extensive version on the line already. This is some water that is coming out of the oxygen tank, liquid oxygen. It's cryogenic, so that's why it makes a lot of condensation when it stay there and sit. Going through the aircraft real quick again, you just saw that quite extensively. The maintenance flight, we had some issues on fuel transfers, as we were saying earlier. So we have approximately 5,000 pounds internal, very limited fuel on the two-seater airplane. And we had some issues on the fuel transferring, meaning that it was happening from the tip tanks at the incorrect times, meaning that the level on the inside fuel tanks were not those that the fuel transfer should have happened. Basically, the fuel transfer system maintains the main tanks in the center of the fuselage of the aircraft, maintain them approximately just shy of 5,000 pounds in this specific airplane, the two-seater. They fixed the problem on the ground. We're gonna do the proven flight and see if it does the same in the air as well. So there's 5,000 inside, shy of 5,000, 1,100 in each wingtip tank. That's what we usually use. There's provision for 2 more underneath the wings. That's 13 each more. So 26 on the pylon, 22 on the tips, and then the 5, shy of 5 inside. That's the hydraulic panel that I showed you in the other videos. And we'll be ready to roll in a second here. So we have fuel here, and we have almost stop in the center fuselage. And the purpose again is to see that the fuel transfer happens at the normal, as by the specs, let's say, even in the air. There's a lot of things going on for the fuel transfer. It is actually a pressurized system, meaning that the fuel is moved around the airplane via pressurization. So the air that is spilled out from the 17 stages of the compressor, the last stage, gets cooled down obviously, and when it's used for pneumatic system, one of the things is it pressurizes this tank at the appropriate level to have the appropriate fuel transfer to the main. But that has to be let's say not equalized, but that pressurization also works with the outside pressure, which is basically the altitude. So at different altitudes the system have to compensate for that, for the change of pressure. So that's that. We're ready to go in, and we'll be rolling in a second. That's why, it's thankfully for my friend that has a company. Yeah. So right now, we just enhanced it. Actually, I'll be down at midfield and they'll sound like that right here.
No, but we want to get them caught up into the airplane so we can talk to them too.
Which I have it. It's my fault if it's not ready yet. I bought it. All right, guys, we're ready to roll. It's gonna get loud very quickly. Testing the igniters, which are good, and here goes the signal. I'll try to talk to you, but then we're gonna switch on the internal audio. Right now, we're gonna only see the tachometer and the EGT until we have power online on the aircraft, okay? We're gonna get the huffer blowing air to the jet starter on the engine. See the tach approaching 10%, igniters. %, 38 cut off. And now I'm going to autonomous, it's coming up. Idle will be a 67. There we go, we have power now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
All right, loud and clear. Hands clear?
Head's clear.
Excellent. Number one, we're going off with the speed brakes. Good hydraulics. All right, speed brake coming in. Controls clear, AJ? What's are the controls?
Flight controls clear.
Okay. Good hydraulics. And now we check with Sean. 1, 2, left, right, left, right. Very good. Beam check. I'm gonna go off of the green. Green back. All right. Trim is checked. I have 3,500 pounds on the main, going to 36. I don't know if you have the same. And the tip tanks, unfortunately, don't indicate correctly here.
I see the same in the mains, and I've got about 300 in the right,
Same.
300 in the left, and dropping.
Okay. So it is transferring. I have 3,600 now, so fuel is transferring at this time.
I see the same.
All right, APC check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, no kicker, okay? Shaker, no kicker. Now we're gonna have only kicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Good kicker. NASA Tower, Starfighter 1. Supersonic shaker, okay. NASA Tower, Starfighter 1.
Starfighter, go ahead.
Wonderful, loud and clear. We just started up. We'll be ready to taxi in a couple of minutes. We'll be VFR only. I guess you want us to squawk 1200, correct?
Yeah, that'll be fine. 1200's good.
We have that. Flaps coming down on land. Flaps indicate land, both of them. Now we have checked that one, they checked that one, and the BLC system as well. Flaps go on takeoff. Takeoff leading edge. Takeoff trailing edge, and the flaps are good. I'll finish up getting the Garmin in a second. I have now 3,900 pounds on the mains.
I see the same.
All right, we're basically ready to go. Just one more thing to do, reset the fixed frequency generator, which is done by this. It's an hydraulic generator that produces 400 Hz 3 cycles AC power for the avionics, and once it's started you cannot shut it off, and it works with hydraulic system, so it uses hydraulic power from the number 2 system. Alright, we're ready to go now.
I see that, yeah.
AJ, yeah, that's what you want to feel, okay? See the chocks?
Alright, you want me to go for it?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I'll give it to you in a second.
Copy that.
You're already here. All right. Feeling good. Brakes are good. And NASA Tower Starfighter 1, we are ready to taxi.
Starfighter 1, line up and wait, runway 33, altimeter 3008, wind is calm.
3008, winds calm, line up and wait, runway 33, Starfighter 1. All right, you can take the aircraft, AJ.
Okay, aircraft's mine. I've got the switch in.
Okay, and you also have the steering, I can feel it.
Yes, I do.
There's a runway right here, that's 33 at the Space Center, go left.
Starfighter 1,
left,
Space Coast is expecting you, they can accommodate you, and runway 33, wind is calm, clear for takeoff.
Wonderful, when ready, we'll be clear for takeoff runway 33, and we'll switch with Space Coast after our low approach 33, turning left.
Frequency change your discretion.
Thank you, sir, we'll switch 18-9 on the go. On the center, runway 33, that's the former SLF, Shuttle Landing Facility, or now called Launch and Landing Facility. We're going to do a quick engine check, AJ. So I take the aircraft.
Your aircraft?
It's going to be an engine check. I have the brakes that are working. So we're going to go, all the checks are good here. All lights are good.
Will I do that air scoop as well?
Yes, thank you. All right, so this is the engine. We're going to go full military. RPM coming up. Nozzle closing, which is correct. Fuel flow 8,000 pounds or so. All indications are good. Nozzle are opening to keep the 600 in range.
I've got hot air.
Okay, I'm going to switch to cold. This is the scoop is open. There's no air. Okay, I'm going to go sweep, close the scoop, and there's the air. Okay.
Got it.
So we do have it. I'm going to retard the throttle now, slowly to 80%. RPM coming down, fuel flow coming down, passing some 80-84%. We're going to see the nozzle starting opening. Here we go, nozzle opening. That's normal. Chop at idle, minimum fuel 500, and then it goes back at idle fuel 1450 or so, 1500. That's a good engine check. We're ready to go. All right, so pitot. Nav, stop, light. Checks are completed. Starfighter 1 is on the roll.
Starfighter 1, roger.
Alright, take the aircraft, AJ. Make sure you have the brakes all the way.
Got the brakes.
Steering, try it. Yeah, you have it. Let me see. Yeah, push the button. Yeah. All right, military, and then you can take the brakes off.
Okay.
Military, okay. Off brakes. Away the brakes. No brake mode. Just use the rudder. Yep. Minimum AB. That's it. I'll help you out a little bit. Yep. Full AB. No more steering. That's it. We're rolling 100 knots.
Holy moly.
150. Start rotating. More. 75, 90. Lift off. Positive rate gear up. You did it. Just release a little bit forward. Don't pull up too much. We want to accelerate first, because otherwise we don't maneuver. And use the trim a lot. Yeah, we're climbing too much.
Okay, trim down.
Yeah. Now we're going to go left turn.
All right.
A lot. And now you can pull to 2.5 APC or so. And this is working great. How does it feel?
Like nothing I've ever felt. It's amazing. Is that a good pull?
Yeah, this is good. Keep doing like that.
Okay.
Keep going like that.
Yep.
More bank, so we don't climb too much. So more bank, exactly. So we still pull, but more bank, so we don't pull up too much. Very good. Out of AB. Now roll out and push forward a little bit. Out of AB.
Oh yeah. They love that.
All right, coming low, approach runway 33. Afterburner. Off we go. Gonna be left turn, climbing. And we can see the runway on our back, left side. We're just above it. Out of afterburner. Space Coast, Starfighter 1 is with you airborne from the shuttle landing facility with a request.
Starfighter 1, Space Coast, Doc.
We are around 3 miles northeast of the field. We'd like to perform two low approaches, 1-8 for training.
And the Starfighter 1, 1836 is actually NOTAM closed. I can give you a low approach at or above 500 feet, or if you can use 927, I wouldn't have to restrict it.
All right, we'll get runway 27 then, and we are already on a kind of an extended center line right now.
Starfighter 1, yeah, if you could, we're actually using, we have 27's fine, I've got no other traffic, stand by.
All right, roger.
Airport 1 tower. Oh, sorry, Fire 1 tower.
I'm getting the flaps on takeoff, so we can maneuver.
Starfighter 1 reported 2 miles final runway 27.
Starfighter 1 will report 2 miles final runway 27. We'd like to do a right pattern for another one before going back to the Cape.
Starfighter 1, right, that's fine.
We'll be a right pattern then, if that's okay.
Yep, right traffic is fine for 27.
Thank you. For information, the first one will be landing gear, the second one will be no landing gear for fuel intentional.
Starfighter 1, roger.
Alright, we're coming for, you see how long it takes to maneuver?
Starfighter 1, runway 270, clear for low approach, on the go, make right traffic.
Put the right traffic, clear low approach on runway 27, Starfighter 1.
What were you saying about how long it takes?
To maneuver where you want it.
Yeah.
I see takeoff flaps. Alright, less than 260. Landing gear is coming down. That's it. So 27 is not exactly the runway to exercise because it's not realistic for us to land.
Right.
1836 it is, but heavy close, so we're gonna do what we can. Alright, we're on final 3 green, takeoff. That's gonna be a takeoff flap approach. Speed on final is 240, a little slow. That's 245, probably better. A little flat, that's the way we land this airplane. Landing lights on, takeoff, anti-skid off, on. Alright, looks like we actually could make it off of this one. Very narrow runway for us and definitely short. There we go, that's will be a decent touchdown. Leaguer is coming up. And it's going to be up and right. And Space Coast Starfighter 1 in the close. For information, panel altitude will be 2,000.
Starfighter 1, roger, that's fine, and runway 27, clear for low approach.
Clear low approach 27, Starfighter 1. 200 pounds of fuel, so we're doing good on fuel. Everything worked out great. After this one, we go back to the Cape. Copy that. This will be no gear intentional. Pattern speed 260. We're on downwind now. Actually, no gear should be 325, the pattern speed.
It doesn't actually seem that difficult to regulate speed.
I'm sorry?
So it doesn't seem that difficult to regulate speed. I figured you'd be chasing it.
That's true. That's when you have a correct speed. If you fall out too slow and low, then you're in the ditch. You
Right.
can't get out of it. We're not going to have time today to exercise on approach to stalls, but they are quite scary. All right, so we're clear low approach. I'm going to be ready to turn right in a second, and off we go. Power, because we need to sustain the turn. Yeah, it's coming out well. 330, slowing down. No gear intentional. We are getting low on fuel already. We didn't have a full load today just because we were testing it. No gear intentional. This is a decent final. And Space Coast after this one, Starfighter 1 will be a right turn back to the Cape.
Starfighter 1, roger on the go, right turn northeast is approved.
Right turn northeast approved, Starfighter 1. We're going to simulate a go around with the afterburner that you would use in case of emergency to get away off the ground quicker.
Oh yeah.
And up we go.
Oh.
And we're ready to go home. Space Coast Starfighter 1, thank you for the help today. Heading back to the Cape.
Starfighter 1, roger anytime, free change approved, have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Likewise. All right. Fuel, we're doing decent. Do you want to do two approaches? One I do, one you do?
Sure thing. Love it. If we got the fuel for it.
Yeah, we do. And that's midfield. We're tight. 260 or less. Landing gears coming down. I'm taking a little bit of spacing, okay? 2,000 feet is great. I see 3 green, takeoff, lights on, anti-skid. We are very heavy. That's 3,000 pounds now. It means that we're going to have to correct with the three corrections. So base turn will be 230 plus 15, that's 245. That's the minimum speed on base turn. 3 green, takeoff. 2,000 feet, I'm gaining that back. 245, 250, that's decent. I'm going to go right. There we go. And that's our base turn. 245 minimum speed at this point. APC no more than 2.5, angle of attack. All right, we're rolling out on final, so I can pull the power back. Now, having the takeoff flap, you can pull the power back all the way to idle. So the aircraft actually glides like a glider, even if it seems awkward. I'm going to show you now. We're on file on 240. I'm going to go idle. There it is, that's idle. And like a miracle, we are flying, even with no wings. Okay, so we're coming down without using the engine. We're gliding at 225. I'm going to have to add power now because the sink rate, it's coming up very quickly, as you can see. And I start to go around, look how much I still lose. Okay, stop the sink rate. Then it goes coming up below 260, so I keep the speed under control. Boom, 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 boom. Landing gears up. Military power. Now the fuel flow only indicates the fuel flow of the core, meaning only the turbojet. The afterburner is not included. When you select the afterburner, rule of thumb is 3 times much. So if we are at 10,000 pounds per hour fuel flow, when you select the afterburner, it goes to 30,000 approximately. Not the indicator, just we know we have it. Starfighter 1 close.
Starfighter 1 right close approved.
Right, close the boost, Starfighter 1. Alright, I'll give you the aircraft on downwind, okay?
Yep.
Up and right, that's a normal close pattern. Aiming for 2000, I'm using the lift vector to control the altitude. And there it is, 2000, power comes back, we're looking for 260 or less. Your airplane, AJ.
My aircraft.
Pull the power back a little, and remember you want to stay at 2000. You're going to start descending now, because I see the nose is going down. So pull the nose up, because you're going to, power back because you're still too fast. Less than 260, gear coming down. Here it is. Hold the 2000. So if you need to pull back, yes. Now add power. More. 90, 90 some, 93, 94, okay. Less than, don't go less than 83% on the engine now, because I'm going to select the landing flap. They are selected. With the landing flap, we're using the BLC system, so hot air is blown on top of the flaps, and we need at least 83%. So we're going to touch down the runway with 83% RPM or more.
Okay, I'm going 225. That's pretty slow. Yeah.
That's you want to have 200 or more, so 210 is good. So add a little power. You're going to almost need full power just to maintain altitude, to maintain speed in the base. Hey, Starfighter 1 approaching base 15, it will be full stop.
Starfighter 1, clear to land, runway 15.
Clear to land 15, Starfighter 1. Now you can start the right turn. You see we are 100%, that's full military power, and we barely maintain 200 knots with all the drag that the flaps and the BLC system and the landing gear make. So very, a lot of drag. Don't push too much. No. Yeah, 2.5 maximum. You don't want to feel the shaker in the pattern. Keep turning right though. You see right the runway. Yep. This is a good one. Power back just a little. That's it. And keep the nose a little lower. So with the sand, you're going to intercept a very good final. 3 green, land, anti-skid light on. All right, turn right. More, because we're going to overshoot. Yep, you see the runway?
Yep.
Now you're not going to see it anymore from the back seat, so do you mind if I take it?
Your aircraft.
My aircraft. 210, decent speed on final. A little low, we're still a little heavy. 2,500 pounds of fuel. 3 green again, land. We're going to land onto this one. Not touching the engine, see, 95%. We're going to touch down the runway, basically somewhere there. The speed brake is out, 92%. That's the way we're going to touch down the runway. 180 knots, and that's it, idle. Once the runway is touched, then we can go idle. A little bit of air brakes. All right, let me try the brakes. I have good brakes, so now we can relax. 15,000 full runway, so we have a little bit of time. We don't need the drag chute on this runway, because luckily we can let it roll, and we don't even use much of the brakes. This is great. Used to fly these airplanes in the Italian Air Force with 9,000 full runway, then you have to use the drag chute every time, and if it doesn't work, then it's gonna mean hot brakes for sure. All right, AJ, my seat going cold, so the lever comes up.
Seat's cold.
Pitot off, flaps takeoff. How many knots? Basically taxi speed. All right. Pretty good.
Oh, I'm.
How was it, AJ?
That was incredible, man. That was most definitely the coolest thing I've ever got to do.
Aircraft handled well too, so I'm happy about that.
Well, everyone can tell you how impressive an afterburner is until you actually feel it yourself.
I know.
It's pretty insane.
All right. I disconnected the dinghy. I have the steering. I'm gonna crack the canopy open. It's gonna get a little louder, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, a little bit of air. All right, there's Sean, our director of maintenance, waiting for us in front of the hangar. Speed brake in. Flaps up. Lights off. All right.
Ready here at the hangar, we'll be ready to shut down. Once we shut down, we won't be able to hear each other. All right, it's almost stopped and it's very hot. We'll see you guys later. Successful flight today.
That was fantastic.
All right, so very hot. The flight was successful, fuel system good. So next week for the R&D flights, we'll be ready to use this one, which has better avionics, which we're gonna be needed for those type of flights. See you next time. Hopefully we get more stuff, more videos soon.